Okay, guys, welcome back to a new video here. So I want to talk about what's been going on in South Korea since the failed martial law attempt by President Yoon Suk Yeol, I believe how you pronounce his name, where basically they declared martial law and it was over in 6 hours. It was an immense failure. Just for guys, just to give some background, he declared martial law because of North Korea, or so-called North Korean infiltration into the government, and it was clearly a power grab. I mean, he ordered the arrest of opposition leaders. They stormed the National Assembly. They were looking to arrest them, and you actually had lawmakers jumping over fences trying to get in to vote and basically overturn the martial law declaration. And a bunch of them actually leaped over the fence and successfully changed the law or stopped the declaration. It was 190-0. There was immense public pressure on the president to stop it because it was obviously a failure immediately, and he was forced to stop. But obviously, the blowback and the ramifications of this are immense. And the fact this guy is still in office right now is pretty insane to me. So basically, and probably the most catastrophic sort of news is, guys, the ruling party, which is the president's party, guys, they have thrown their support in it to impeach President Yoon in a new vote, which is going to be taking place later today. And it's almost certain that he's going to be leaving because there's been calls for his resignation, guys. There was already one impeachment vote where it failed because I think his party expected him to step down or resign, but he has defiantly said no. And he has basically said, I had to do what I had to do. But, I mean, it's interesting, guys. He said the reason why he declared it in the first place was for North Korean infiltration. So whatever happened to that? Are they still, like, there? Like, I don't, like, something doesn't add up exactly. So, I mean, obviously it was complete ridiculousness, and he just did it for power grab. And it was just ridiculous. In a place like South Korea, guys, thinking you're going to just take over the General Assembly, it was honestly amazing. You have to wonder what's going through these people's heads. Like, for people to be this powerful, to be this stupid, it's pretty remarkable. And to be fair, I think he's not going to resign, as you can see here in the CNN article, guys. Groen called for Yoon to resign. He said he's not going to. And probably even more bad news for him is there has been an investigation opened into the president, the former defense minister, and get this is insane. This is just totally next level insane. The defense minister resigned and was arrested. The defense minister was arrested who took part in this martial law act, and he tried to kill himself. And there was a suicide attempt from the defense minister in prison. He was survived. He's okay now. But there was a suicide attempt by this guy. And I will say it is a little unfair, if you ask me, that the defense minister is in prison. Meanwhile, the president is still in charge, and there's no consequences as of now. Seems to me, guys, he's screwed. He's in big trouble. They raided his premises. They raided his presidential office, the police. I think once he resigns or is forced out, he will almost certainly be arrested. If you look at the previous South Korean presidents, guys, there's not a good track record. They're either arrested, executed. I mean, it's really not good. Other than the last guy, who was relatively popular and still a major political figure in the country, most of these South Korean leaders do not fare very well. But as you can see in the article here, police have launched an investigation into Yoon and other top officials on treason allegations. I mean, this is punishable by death. Treason allegations into the president. He's been barred from leaving the country. I mean, that's the other thing, guys. He's not able to do his job effectively, clearly. He's been barred from leaving the country. This guy's supposed to act as the head of state. This is not, it's a complete disaster. This cannot go on for much longer. Again, they detained former defense minister Kim Yong-hyun, who allegedly recommended the martial law imposition. But again, who knows? The president signed off on it. He is just as liable as this guy, who is in prison right now. And the president pledges to fight. I cannot imagine. And again, this is what he says too. She's still talking about the North Korean aspect of this. I don't know which country the party belongs to and which country the National Assembly belongs to. Again, I have seen no evidence that backs this up. If anyone else knows anything, please let me know in the comments. But there's no evidence that the North Korean government is significantly infiltrating the South Korean parliament. There's no evidence of that whatsoever. And he said difficult, and again, like you said, the reason why he did this, in my opinion, guys, his approval rating was in the tank, extremely low, and his opposition was extremely popular. That's why he did this. He did this because he wanted to make a power grab. I don't know what the plan was. Was it to just take over and become a full-blown dictatorship? I don't know, but it's insane. It's insane. And the comparable thing, guys, that people talk about is like January 6th, for example. January 6th, there was no martial law declaration. If there was a martial law declaration, it would have been an entirely different story. But again, also there's been government gridlock, so the president's also unpopular because he's not able to get a lot of bills through that he wants to because the opposition pretty much controls most of the parliament. So the fact that he's not able to get anything done also is probably motivating him to do something like this because it's in his best interest, and he's incentivized to make a power play because he's super unpopular. Um, Again, it's extremely shocking that a democracy would do this in South Korea. But I think he's screwed. I'd be shocked if he lasts a week, and I think he's probably going to get arrested. If I'm being honest, it would be pretty shocking. Um, and yeah, I think he might. And if the impeachment fails, he might be arrested in office, which would just be a disaster. And this is the article, guys, about the ex-defense minister attempting to kill himself. Just unbelievable stuff here. Um, but yeah, again, as far as South Korea goes, it's unbelievable the turmoil we're seeing in this country right now. A supposedly stable country in democracy in South Korea. Uh, it's just stunning. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Situation continues to get crazier in South Korea. Make sure to like and subscribe, please. It's super good for the algorithm. And we've got some interesting things coming up in the next few weeks, which I'll keep you guys in the loop on. Major guests coming on, possibly, which is pretty exciting. So we'll talk about that. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll see you guys soon. So thanks.